What it is, Father Moog. Welcome to church. Okay, we're back again. This is one of the patches from back in the stream, Game Boy poll. I didn't really love this patch, but it got some love from the community, so I thought I would bring him back and just revisit him. Maybe it's just the random noisiness of this patch, which is popular. Maybe it's the fact that all these digitizers are run down to like -7 bits. It's not a lot of bits, -7. Trust me on this one. But yeah, we can't dwell on past successes. I promised something new today, and new is what we gonna do. So let's do it. Okay. So hopefully you tuned in before when we did a patch called Artificial Monotribe. That was me looking at the schematic for my much beloved Korg Monotribe Groovebox, and then using that schematic to rebuild it in the Nord Modular. We're going to do something similar, but definitely not identical today. I was sitting watching someone who, actually I was on a website browsing synths that I want to buy, and I saw a deal on the Moog, what is it? Which one is it? I think it was a Moog Mother 32, and it was paired up with the DFAM, the drummer from Another Mother. I was like, yeah, that drummer from Another Mother is cool because it doesn't do presets, so although it is set up to do 2 analog drum sounds, those drum sounds are going to be different every time, and you're going to get a lot of variety, and it's got to be awesome. I got to buy one of those, and I was like, wait, no, I got to build my own in Nord. So that's what we're doing today. So this one is going to be, I'm just saving it because I have a name for it, not because I've done anything of worth yet. There's good old Living Grass. Looking good, buddy. This one is called 34 DFAP because it's drummer from another planet. Whoa. I'm not going to go drag it out right now, but the drummer from Another Mother is, as I understand it, is a 2-voice synth. It can do melodies and notes if you want to, but what it's really designed to do is to allow you to make analog percussion voices. Now, with only 2 voices, it seems like sort of not enough. Like even a drum kit, if you strip it all the way down, you'd probably have kick, snare, and hi-hat. And the Monotribe also has a 3-part drum machine, a closed hat, a snare, and a kick. So those 3 seem like the minimum. I'm not interested in that today, and I am not going to use this bad boy right here. No. None of you, my friend drum synth. You are too preset-y for what we have in mind today. So instead, I'm going to build my own custom drum modules to make, well, the sounds may not sound like real drums, but they should sound something like analog drums, like a TR-606 or we probably won't get as good as an 808 today, maybe a 505, something like that in the pre-sampling era. And one thing you can look forward to, if that's the right way to put it, we will try to drop at least one ring modulator in, since we had a session on ring modulators and I kept talking about how it makes percussion sounds. Well, today the goal is to make percussion sounds, so let's make sure we have a ring modulator in there. Okay, I haven't done much research on this. I could go and I remember reading it, one of the ways they made cool hi-hat sounds was to take 6 or 8 square waves and detune them until they were almost noise and then use that as a sound source. I don't think we're going to get that complicated today. But in my mind, my first drum is going to be a mixture of a tone and noise, which seems reasonable enough to me. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm probably going to need quite a few of I've got an 8 input mixer here going into the output, where there's no way we're going to get 8 voices today. I'd be shocked if we did. I'd be happy if we did 4 good ones. But I am going to need little sub mixers to get me there. So start with this and this. And then I'm going to also need a envelope. Let's keep it simple from the beginning. And the mixer goes into the mixer into the envelope, and the envelope into here. And also, to keep it simple for now, let's not get too crazy with clocks. This is not a session on... We've had lots of clocking sessions. I'm just going to, keep it simple, stupid type of thing. And I'm going to make 2... I said 4 voices. So here's 2 16-step sequencers. I'm going to have a reasonable slower BPM, because that's how I like to do. And I should really sync them up with this so that they stay in time with each other. Is that enough to do it? Let's see if we can get it right here. Okay, they're playing together now. I don't see how long that'll hold. So, let's have the first guy play a couple notes and trigger the envelope. Okay. So, I guess you could say I cheated a little bit. I mean, I knew that... I don't remember where I read it, but I knew that drum synthesis often involved mixing noise with tones. And I chose a sine wave so I wouldn't have to filter this time, although I certainly could put a more filterable sound in there. So what I've got now is almost like a snare drum. I was actually planning to start with a kick first, but I'm kind of liking this, so maybe just trust your heart and eat, pray, love, and you should... I'm just setting up the sequencer to be more snary. What if we... So one thing I promised myself is I was going to twist knobs even if I like what I have. So let's just mess with the type of noise. That's cool. There's another one where I wish there was an input so I could modulate this amount. Thank you very much, Nord Company. I think that's kind of a sweet spot here. I like it nice and fizzy. And I think this can go down a bit. I want that tone in there, but I don't really want it to be only a note. Another thing I'm going to mess with, I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to do it. That's a triangle. Is it this one? There we go. So there's a sine wave. Let's plug it into AM. Make sure we can hear what's going on. Okay. If you go slower, just almost like adjust the volume. Because AM is amplitude modulation, and amplitude often means volume. When you crank it up, you get some, well, maybe moving into frequency modulation, but it should sort of, yeah, see, it's dialing the tone out and then allowing it to come back in again. It's an interesting bit of variation. Again, I didn't plan it, but I just deleted those, but I'm going to put in a random generator, which is a smooth random generator, kind of like the LFO. I'm going to send that to the AM. Neat. Okay, so we got a snare first. That's just the way it happens sometimes. Let's make a kick now. Do I want this one? I think not. I'm going to try and save processing power on oscillators. That was slave E. What do I get? Yeah, that's a triangle. I think that's what I want. I'm probably going to want a... I'm just going to have a fixed filter because they're cheap. Static LP filter. Because he has a triangle wave this time, so I have the feeling he's going to need a little bit of filtering. And he's going to need a envelope like this guy. We didn't even adjust the decay of this first envelope, but it seems to be working. So let's hook these up. And since we have a pitch on the snare, we're going to get something pitchy in the kick as well. There's going to be no avoiding it. So, first of all, I'm going to go down 2 octaves. Minus 24 on the dial. There we go. This uses oct again to tell you you've reached an octave in relation to this. And let's give him some notes. Oh, we're going to trigger the envelope. Don't forget that. I'm getting a very... I don't know if you ever listened to the old Casio drum machines or like the VL1. I think it's because these are tuned to octaves of each other. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Cool. This could be almost like an 808 type kick. But I don't think we need that. There's an interesting beat. Okay, cool. So there's 2 voices. Let's keep on building. We did I promised ring modulation. Let's get that bad boy in there. Ring and amplitude modulator. So he's going to be at about here. He's also sort of performing a mixing function. So I think that's a suitable place. Tragically, I do not really know which oscillators I should be using. Let's use a couple of expensive boys. And if I need to cheat and replace them with cheap boys later, I can do it. Because this will let me pick my type of wave. That's what I'm going for here. Because honestly, I don't really know which kind of sounds I'm going to get out of the ring mod. I don't have enough experience to tell you. I don't know what's the quote-unquote right waves to be putting into it. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So now it's set for 2 sine waves. Very soon we should be getting a sound on voice 3. Let's put that back. Okay, that was the ring mod going bing. That's the ring mod going down, down. That's with 2 sine waves, and this is still set to AM, so let's start messing things up. I'll take this cables away so you can see what's going on. Oh, it's probably because they're tuned to the same thing. There we go. Okay. It's certainly not in tune with the rest of the piece, but that's okay. So much can be accomplished in the decay knob. Percussion sounds, as we record them in the Western world, are often quite short. We really got something going here. It's funky. I don't know what I would call that third sound, like a wood block, an atonal wood block. But I don't have to know what it is. That's not my job. They don't pay me to know stuff. So they don't pay me at all, but that's not the point. Let's keep on funking here. Let's keep on funking. First of all, I'm going to give him the honor he deserves of having a compressor, partially because I got enough voices that I can afford it. Let's just take him over there. Gonna lose the sound for a second. Left in, left out, right out. Okay. You probably won't hear much of a difference in the stream of what the compressor does, but long term, and if people are messing around with the patch later, it'll just help glue the sounds together and make them more even, and yeah, it'll be helpful, trust me. Okay, fourth voice. All I know in my head about the fourth voice is that it has to have a filter. It's actually a sound based around a filter. So what goes into that filter will matter, but not as much as the settings on the filter. Yes, again, I'm using the same AD envelope I've been using all day. That's the wrong port. That's why the cable turned white. I think I know what I want to do. I think I want, well, for one thing, I want noise again, because I'm liking it. Maybe Cool. Okay, that one, I knew before that dialing down from white to colored noise, and please don't write me any letters, was going to sound good. On this, I heard it before when I was messing with this guy. I left it up near the white end. Please don't write me any letters. But I'm gonna dial it down about halfway, where it suits my ear, and I'm gonna mix in a bit of, unfortunately named pure white noise, into the fourth voice. And to be interesting, let's take Spectral Osc, just because he's a weirdo. Conveniently, I don't have to build a mixer like I did here, because this filter has, oh no, it doesn't have two inputs. These are modulation inputs. So I do need a mixer. Here we go. So there's noise into channel 1. It doesn't matter which goes in which channel. And spectral is going into 2. And I promised that the filter was going to be the big part of this sound. Why? Well, because I'm going to put a clocked random step generator into it, as I love to do. Just to repeat myself, the clocked random step generator is following the same clock that the pattern is. That means his output, while random, is in time with the beat. So if I send him to a filter's modulation input, the filter will wobble in time with the beat, and therefore suggest a rhythm. There it is. Wow, that's cool, man. just happened? That's weird. Okay. Getting a lot of... I guess it's because this is so extreme here, is why I'm getting a very all or nothing effect on the filter. Let's just keep it up. It's more randomness, maybe. So sometimes you don't hear that hit at all. It means that the filter is too closed for you to hear it. Sometimes you don't hear it on the one, because again, the filter is too far down. Let's do this. I'm sort of getting a brain ache because this fourth, second, and third oscillators are all tuned, but the third guy is ring modulated, meaning he's not in tune. How do I solve this? I think I make the ring modulator shorter in time. Increases decay. Why do I do this? Because I know that if you, let's do some extreme decay reduction, you get nothing but clicks. A note has to be a certain length for your ear to even hear it as a tone, as a melodic type tone. And this one is lasting longer than any other decay we've got at 520. Oh, 520, dude. It's awesome. It's epic. I want to move it here to keep him away from the woodblock sounds. Damn, that's good. I still don't have... Okay, watch me cheat now. If there's one thing this is missing, it's a hi-hat. We have some tones that are kind of doing the job of a hi-hat, but although I promise not to, I'm going to cheat by throwing in a cymbal sound from the drum synth oscillator. And just to be a double liar, I'm going to go away from normal sequencers and use a pattern generator. Ultimate crap. The transgression of going against one's own plans. Clocked pattern generator. Give it to me. I'm evil. Make it all randomy. Thank you. Plug it into there. We'll be fine. And then him into here. Delta low. Might be that. That's better. Probably no. Let's try 3. That's cool, and let's switch up the velocity, make that random. So what did I achieve there? Well, I got a very quote-unquote real cymbal sound. Oh, you know what? Here's Johnny Cheats a lot. Check this out. Just to make it even better and cooler, I'm going to put it in a phaser. How crazy is that? I just want more variety in the sound. My first 4 tones are repetitive. I want something which is changing over time. So I got the rate really slow on the phaser's internal LFO, but the depth is large, and the center frequency is up high near the top, which is where hi-hats tend to live. Increase the feedback a little. Put some randomness into these bad boys. Couldn't hurt. So now when that cymbal hits, he's being modified by a lot of things. His velocity has been randomized. His pattern is randomized. His phaser settings are semi-randomized. So he's getting a lot of variation into the patch here, but the other four voices are still doing their job. So it's really just a compliment for a little bit of a cheat at the end. And this fourth voice, I mean, he's such a tone. He's not really a drum tone at all. He's got a bit of noise in him, but I mean, you could stick a sequencer into this input and play a melody and it would work. Anyway, this is it. I said I would make a drummer from another planet. I may have done a bit of cheating at the end, but that was a fun one for me because I just threw the modules up and really didn't know how they were going to sound. And they sounded cool. The snare that was supposed to be a kick drum and all. So yeah, save the patch, save it in the synth. Sure hope these numbers are right. I had some issues before. I think so. Drummer from another planet. Drummer from another drummer from another planet. Father Moog on Sunday. Yeah. Build your own drum at home, kids. Don't go out and buy it. Build it in VCV Rack or whatever free software you've got. You guys should get Reactor. That's a good one. I don't know if it's free. I mean, it's free, but it's not free. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. See y'all next time. Next Sunday. Next Sunday. Next Sunday.